It's not because he was arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol, at a rate 40% above the legal limit. It's not because he was investigated for domestic violence.
He was angry at me. He then pulled into the parking lot of Methodist Church, at Indian Lake Road, and started banging my head into the car window. He finally stopped and started driving again, but pulled into the bank parking lot, hiding in the teller drive-up window, where he began choking me, screaming that I was going to pay. He finally stopped choking me and repeatedly hit me in the back, screaming he was going to put me in the hospital. I wanted to press charges but was scared because Mark and his mother were both aldermen in the city, so I decided not to do so. I've never been that scared in my entire life. It was terrifying.
As told by Pam Hagee. It's not because he was investigated for reckless endangerment, in a road rage incident, with a couple visiting from Florida, allegedly pulling a gun on his victims, and cursing them repeatedly. It's not because his campaign technique over the decades has always been to tear down and criticize his opponents, rather than to discuss what he brings to the table. It's not even because he says this out of one side of his mouth.
I am for term limits.
While bragging you have been an alderman for 34 years, out of the other side of your mouth. It's not even because Mark Skidmore has been saying he would get traffic lights synchronized for the past 33 years, and has yet to make it happen. It's not because Mark Skidmore ran as a Democratic candidate for the state legislature. Although it is hypocritical of him to now claim he's a Republican. He's not. No. The reason you should not vote for Mark Skidmore is because he lied to a child. On October 15, 2020, Mark Skidmore signed a pledge as a candidate, pledging to a 13-year-old girl that he would abide by the pledge, that his promises meant something.
By signing this pledge, I understand I am committing to run my campaign, following the principles below. Be respectful to other candidates. Don't use bad language. No name calling. Do not make comments that are personal. Do not yell or scream at other candidates or their supporters. Stick to the issues. Be an adult. No vandalism of other candidates' signs. Respect the opinions of the other candidate. Agree to disagree. Always remember who you are serving, the people. No bullying. Signed, Mark Skidmore.
Less than 10 days after promising this young girl, and signing her pledge, Mark Skidmore had broken 8 of the 12 principles he had pledged to uphold. Mark Skidmore lied to a child. If Mark Skidmore would lie to a child, do you have any reason to believe he wouldn't lie to you? Make your choices based on those that are honest, truthful, and whose word means something.